Hey everybody, my name is Caleb Pickering, here today to talk a little bit about inverted rolls. So I'm pretty sure we all know our stock rolls for percussion. You know, we have single strokes, buzz rolls or multiple bounce rolls. And then we have our double stroke rolls, 2 on a hand. So one I've been using a lot is the inverted roll recently. I actually found this in the French drumming book, Guy Lefebvre's Superior Drum Technique, and it also comes up a pretty good amount in Joseph Tomkin's most recent volume of French-American snare drum solos, his volume 3 from Bakovich. So what is an inverted roll? To make it really simple, it's the exact same as a double stroke roll in terms of notes that occur, but in a double stroke roll we have 2 on a hand, thus double. Right, left, right, left, right. In an inverted roll, exact same thing happens. We're just starting with a single and then having a double. So instead of having a double, 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 double release, we're going to have a single note, double, 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 single note, release. So we're putting a single on either side of the roll. On 2 sound surfaces, double stroke roll, inverted roll. So when you speed these up, they start to take on a different kind of sound. Obviously slow, they just sound like normal notes. But when we speed them up, it has a roll that starts with a really clear single attack, and then it has this extra ba-dum release. So why use inverted rolls? For me, there's a spectrum of tension with rolls. On one side, the most tense and full is a buzz roll, so it has that goosh sound that starts, goes all the way to the end. Double stroke roll is really machine gun precise, very clear, very articulate. And then even though it's the same number of notes as a double stroke roll, the inverted roll for me sits somewhere in the middle. And it just basically has to do with, because the double's offset, it just aurally has this little more tense sound. Because we have that double occurring on the upbeat 16th or 32nd note, whereas a double stroke roll, they're very clearly paced out as 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Inverted, we start with the 1, so it just offsets the whole figure, so it feels a little more tense. So one thing we have to watch out for with these rolls is how we're going to release them, or rather, what hand we'll release them onto. So we know we start with a single note, and we have a single note before the release. So, unlike a double stroke roll, no one's going to want to, well, not no one, but most people aren't going to want to play a double into the release on the same hand at a high tempo. It's just not something that's comfortable and not always practical or possible. So with inverted rolls, remember our last note of the roll is a single stroke. So we either have to decide to release onto the other hand, which for me has a more legato sound, or we have to do a doubled release. So we have to pop out the last release note. So for me, the alternating release feels a little more legato, a little more smooth, and the doubled release, where we have at the end, feels a little more staccato, a little more tight. So alternating release, doubled release, nice little shot at the end. So one way to make some of these longer figures easier, say a 10 lit, 13 lit, 14 lit, where there's a lot of stickings going on, is to just think of them as tap rolls or tap drags that are slurred. So one example, this 10 lit here, that's the exact same sticking as a sextuplet that starts with an accented note, has diddle, 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 a single note release. It's the same sticking. We're just going to think of it as that sextuplet, but slurred. So we're going to space them all out evenly so it turns into that 10 figure. So here's back to back, sextuplet, 10-lit. We just want to meld one to the other. Same thing could be said of, say, a 14-lit or a 7 if you're doing cut time. That's a lot of notes here going on, but it's the exact same sticking as if we had 30-second notes, hit, diddle, 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 hit, release. Take that 14-lit and just slur it out. So not all inverted rolls have to be attack, doubles, attack, release. We can also put accents and single notes spread out within, to give a little bit more style. So in the example of this 13-lit, looks really complicated just off the bat looking at it. But if we really slow down and break it down, we have to have hit, diddle, diddle, hit, diddle, 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 hit, release. Or 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 with diddles in between. And we'll take that rhythm and we'll just slur it into the 13-lit. So in my text Etudes, 26 Advanced Studies for Snare Drum, the 23rd, the W etude, actually makes use of that 13-lit figure.